Welcome to Shah's IAS Institute, taking a look at current affairs for 23rd October 2016, Sunday. The first news item is villagers flee as Pakistan Rangers pound areas across international border. So we have seen the tensions between India and Pakistan rising along the LOC, and now it has escalated even in the regions across the international border, and villagers are fleeing, leaving their crops and cattle from these border villages. The next news item is bird flu, Rajasthan on alert. So bird flu and has been detected in Delhi, and now it is seen that even Rajasthan has been put on high alert because, and this avian flu is due to the migratory birds. So checking the health conditions of these migratory birds which come to Rajasthan in this season too has been started off now. Next is IISER Kolkata's breakthrough in targeted cancer drug delivery. So this is Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research from Kolkata. It has done a breakthrough and found cancer drug delivery using carbon nanopores. So such carbon spheres with nanoporous spheres have been used, which will be loaded with the cancer drug, and these can target cancer cells specifically because using the idea that cancer cells are slightly acidic and normal cells are pH neutral. So the hydrogen covalent bonds in these carbon nanospheres can be easily broken by the cancer cells, and these will be the cells in which the drug will be released and these cells destroyed. So this technology, a breakthrough, has been brought about through this research. Next is Taliban briefs Pakistan about talks with Kabul and Qatar. So Taliban had secret meeting with Afghan government in Qatar. They are going ahead for a peace deal. We had discussed at the start of October too, there was an editorial to Hekmatyar, the warlord from Afghanistan, has signed a peace deal with the Afghan government, and the Afghan government actually wants a peace deal with Taliban. So they are going ahead on this. Earlier it was through the efforts of the Pakistan government, but now Pakistan has been sidelined because it is seen that Pakistan itself harbors terrorists. Afghanistan has also gone completely against Pakistan. Even US speaks of Pakistan harboring terrorists. So that is why in these negotiations Pakistan was not called by Afghanistan. But after the discussions between Taliban and Afghan government, Taliban has gone ahead and briefing Pakistan about what was discussed. So that is what the news is about. Then the next is One India concept push for ease of business. So we already have an e-biz portal which is there for one-stop shop. They are planning for a common application form. So for many central and state government services. So it's a government to business G2B model under which businesses can approach the government through a one-stop shop, means one window clearance. On a single common form, all the details can be given. There is no need to fill up multiple forms for different services, and government will provide all services through this single window clearance. Otherwise, we see that to start off or to close a business too, there are so many procedures and red tapeism which is seen. So to eliminate all that, to improve ease of doing business in India, this push has been given now. So that is One India concept. Next is full convertibility on capital account unlikely for few years. So full convertibility actually means that foreign exchange, buying and selling of foreign exchange can easily be done. So this is actually not there. There are restrictions about how much can be converted and how, for what purposes can convertibility be used. So that is, we have a current account convertibility but not a full convertibility on the Indian rupee. So the reason for this being too that we need to control our foreign exchange. Otherwise, in cases of low economy being on a low, there will be rush of foreign currency out of India. So to ensure that such things do not happen, we are not going for full convertibility as of yet. So full convertibility is generally seen in developed countries. That's the idea. And the last news item is jute industry seeks continued protection. So this is regarding the Jute Packaging Materials Act, under which it is mandated that jute bags should be used. They are called B12 bags, which will be used for packaging for many commodities like sugar, food grains. So now these mandatory packaging of jute bags have also been reduced. So from 100% for sugar, it has eventually come down to 20%. For food grains also presently it is only 90% mandatory. So jute industry had a meeting with the Ministry of Textiles to Smriti Irani, and here they spoke of providing protection to jute industry in India because they face competition from Bangladesh too. So we import from Bangladesh as well. So those are the news items. Now we look at some of them in detail. The first one about India-Pakistan having tensions. This is the map of India. You can see LOC is here and international border lies here. So international border is there in some parts of Jammu and Kashmir too, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat. So this tensions have erupted across the international border too. So that is there. Security forces have arrested 2 militants. Even there is a Pakistani spy who has been arrested. Pakistani rangers fired mortars across the border, and we had even a soldier been injured in this. So this is going on, and villagers are fleeing from these regions, border villages. This is the Radcliffe line, which is the line which you study of in history too. Just post-independence, this was put in force. That is how the borders have been decided. So this is India-Pakistan border as per Radcliffe line, and this is Bangladesh, so East Pakistan. Formerly it was East Pakistan before Bangladesh was formed. So border was decided by Radcliffe Commission. That's why it's called Radcliffe line. Then the second news item about bird flu in Rajasthan. So after Delhi, Rajasthan has been put on high alert too. Health of migratory birds is monitored in world famous Kyoladio National Park, Tal Chhappar Sanctuary, Dalla Wildlife Sanctuary. So this is more important from even environment perspectives that we should know. So this is the map of Rajasthan and the sanctuaries which are spoken of here. So wildlife sanctuaries are shown in green. Bharatpur, Kyoladio, Ranthambore, Darra is here, Tal Chhappar is here, right? So you can see that which wildlife sanctuaries and in which state do they belong to. Such MCQs are also asked in prelims. Then the next news items is IISCR breakthrough in targeted cancer drug delivery. So this is regarding the porous carbon nanospheres which have been developed by them, which will be loaded with drugs inside the pores. Since cancer cells are acidic, the hydrogen covalent bonds get broken slowly in these cells and the drug would be slowly released. Also another thing is they have attached folic acid to these nanospheres because cancer cells are folate receptive. So there are folate receptors on these cancer cells. Normal cells also have folate receptors but in very minute quantity. So here folate receptors are high. So these folate receptors will be attached, folic acid gets attached and the cancer cells will get easy entry into the cancer cells. So these drugs, carbon nanospheres, will get easy entry into the cancer cells and they can destroy it. So the drug delivery, targeted drug delivery takes place. So this is the research which they have conducted, a breakthrough. So this is the normal and cancer cell structure too. You can see the cytoplasm is generally contracted and cancer cells, as we know, they keep multiplying. So here within the nucleolus too, there is not just one but many nucleus also. So you can see the differences. Then the next news item about Taliban briefing Pakistan about talks with Kabul in Qatar. So this is regarding that. The Pakistan inclusion was eliminated after it was seen that Taliban leader Mullah Muhammad Omar was actually given asylum in Pakistan. Such news had also come forth. Even Omar's successor was killed by US drone attacks in Pakistan. So Taliban and Afghan government are directly talking, without including Pakistan now. You can look at the map here too about Afghanistan and Taliban control zones. So still Taliban has control over many regions in Afghanistan. So blue region shows Taliban control zones. The pink regions show high confidence Taliban support zones. So these are the areas where Taliban is still supported. And the light pink are low confidence and other regions are under Afghan government. Then One India concept push for ease of business. So in this also, as we discussed, e-biz program portal is already there. So now one form, one portal model is being endorsed by the government, central government. They have finalized a common application form and they have distributed it among states for them to approve too. Some states have already approved this common application form. So for all businesses, there will be one single form which has to be filled up to avail services or avail, filling up forms for center as well as state services. So that is the idea. It will be a 24/7 online portal. So ease in starting a business, running a business, as well as closing down a business. So this is the e-biz common application form, like a municipal authority, industrial development corporation, labor, industries, pollution control, excise, all can be approached to through this single service common application form, single window clearance. So that is the plan we are moving ahead on. Then next is full convertibility on capital account, unlikely in few years. So there were such indications given by former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan, but now government says that no, we are not looking for full capital account convertibility in the near future. It will take few years now, further few years. Even IMF, it is said, has advocated that convertibility should be used more cautiously for developing economies because it may bring in risks along with it too. So that's the idea. The government says that though we don't have full capital account convertibility, we have opened up the economy for foreign investments like the masala bonds, which are rupee dominated offshore bonds. So in their convertibility is in rupee, payment is in rupees. So such masala bonds is an investment option which we have offered to foreign companies, or rather NRIs are also majorly targeted under this. So this also is making us move forward in that direction. So that is there. So this is what is current account and capital account convertibility. There is no formal definition about this, but Tarapur Committee of RBI in 1997 undertook this issue and it talked of what does this mean. So it defined capital account convertibility as freedom to convert local financial assets into foreign financial assets and vice versa at market determined rates of exchange. So this is what full convertibility actually means. Then this is regarding the current account convertibility, which we already have in India. So that means freedom to buy or sell foreign exchange for certain international transactions. Like if any payment is due to in foreign trade or in business, then that can be made. So normal short-term banking and credit facilities, foreign exchange conversion is allowed. Pursuing higher education abroad, so foreign exchange for that is allowed. Tourism purposes, it's allowed. Moderate remittances for family living, all that remittances, which this foreign exchange convertibility is allowed. And capital account convertibility, so features and implications, you can see here what are the features we've already discussed. It is regarded as a hallmark of developed country, and the risks involved with it is this. High risk means high risk, high gain in good times, means chance of huge flow of foreign capital in good times, but in bad times it can result in an enormous outflow of capital. That's why it is considered to be using this aspect cautiously, opening up the economy. Then what are masala bonds? So masala bonds are bonds issued outside India but denominated in Indian rupees. So their variations would be in terms of Indian rupee, how Indian rupee fares. If Indian rupee is strong, then good payment under these masala bonds, and if Indian rupee is suffering, then the masala bonds payments will be accordingly low. So that's the idea. IFC, International Finance Corporation, which is an arm of the World Bank, has issued and given this term of masala bonds to rupee denominated bonds. So a 10-year 10 billion Indian rupee bond was issued by it in November 2014 to increase foreign investment in infrastructure development in India. So they gave it masala bond name to give it a local touch, to have that Indian touch to it, because India was known originally for masalas to the Western world. So that is masala bonds. And this is about again the advantage. So foreign exchange risks will be borne by the investor, means how foreign convertibility will be in whatever rupee, in whatever country the masala bond has been issued. So based with that reference to that country, how is Indian rupee faring, or even if international hard currencies, dollar for say, how is Indian rupee faring? If it is strong, then payment in Indian rupees under these masala bonds would be high. So that's the idea. And the last news item, jute industry seeks continued protection. So we saw that the Jute Packaging Materials Act, which was enacted, has been diluted over the years. In sugar also it has become 20% rather than 100%. Food grains it has reduced to 90%. But they are still demanding that protection be given to them, because 75% of the output of the jute industry is accounted to for sacking. So if this aspect suffers, then the jute industry also suffers, which faces stiff competition from Bangladesh as well. So this is regarding the 6 essential products for which sacking was there, now reduced. So that is it for today. Thank you.